Okay, guys, welcome to the season finale slash book finale of Diary Mohican Kid's Secret Agenda. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why am I talking so slow? Well, it's because we're going to take one step at a time and make this the longest season finale slash book finale ever. So, let's begin. Chapter 13, Saturday. Switching rooms wasn't a bad reputation, but carrying all of my stuff along with my mattress being heavy, or my mattress being heavy, my bad. Moving rooms with DeAndre and John was better than staying roommates with Alex, Matt, and Bentley. Chris switched over from myself, staying stuck inside Matt's own world, and finally not having to deal with such BS on Bentley's stubborn dragon self makes me feel relaxed and calm. Bentley's kind of exactly like Jade, only thing is he's rough to handle. Last night Bentley wouldn't shut up, and he even tried to sneak over on Alex's side of the room just so he could steal Alex's property. I'm starting to feel like Miss Madden 1 was always trying to target no matter what she had to overcome on a daily basis. Her sister, Miss Madden 2, doesn't really care noticing Miss Madden 1's issue. Bentley tried throwing trash at my side of the room, and going on to address my issue towards Miss Madden 1 became easy for on keeping an eye on to Bentley's eager stripping scheme. Miss Matt got involved because her and Gooseby knew what Bentley did before back at the Dragon's dorm, so they were not playing with him whatsoever. And basically, Bentley eventually fell asleep. And now, today's Saturday, couldn't went uphill from downhill, except Miss Hacker proved us all of us Mustangs wrong. I really thought I was going to be left out without candy or soda for the fourth Saturday in a row. But luckily, Miss Hacker motivated all of us, even with no privileges still. Because walking the line was extra tasty when it came down to picking out a cherry Pepsi soda, along with Starburst candy too. We Mustangs all sat back and relaxed while waiting for Miss Hacker to project the black phone onto the big screen. Unfortunately, Miss Hacker couldn't project that movie from her HP laptop, and me literally wasting my soda from ice cold to less cold was going to be a movie day failure as a matter of fact. But even after wasting almost 30 minutes through our perfect moment together, Miss Hacker told us even more groups that we're going to watch the Black Phone inside Chapel. Thankfully, the projector in Chapel began working like superior dynamite, and surely we weren't going to be cut out knowing what will be finished in the next hour and a half, right? Well, since I'm already seen the movie before, I'm guessing times have changed because Miss Hacker turns those last 20 minutes on pause. And I'll bet you enough that doing a chore for the Buccaneers wasn't really a smart choice to begin with. Because more later to the day, Miss Hacker made us all go full-blown on the church's private class hardware system for sure. I kind of didn't listen to Miss Hacker about reading our handbooks afterwards, and neither did majority of these Mustangs either. I may even have been a follower, which escalated quicker because of Skylar now acting like an action phase. I'm sorry, but Skylar, I've realized, may kind of never be that graduation phase type. Only reason why I figured this out is mainly on Skylar basically doing nothing. I now figured why Pierce thinks Skylar isn't worth sorry about that. As a matter of fact, let me phrase that. Worthy to deserve his graduation phase. Plus, he's barely doing anything half the time. Skylar isn't just on his MP3 player almost through his days. He's cheating to get out of Mohican for graduation purposes. You don't ever cheat, FYI, aka for your information. So what if Skylar begins exiting out of this campus? I bet she's only ready to get out and begin more legal things in the past laying downhill. How is this a memory I know? Skylar's talked with me in his post history events of somewhere he calls dangerous. I forgot because Skylar's confusing story honestly is a work of art, but I don't think him getting shot was a smarter way to hustle for a stack of cheese anyways. Miss Hacker realizes or releases ourselves into our Mustang room. Sorry about that. I'm just not gonna say sorry no more because it's petty as fuck. And while DeAndre and John begin chilling, I asked Miss Hacker, when will I get my stuff back from the great room? And she said it might not happen. Basically, that's why writing on a Sunday became my only option, and even more so, I was pissed at Miss Hacker. Miss Hacker told me that I and other Mustangs did not follow staff directions when knowing I should have read my handbook, except I'm gonna have to admit, who is even caring about the Mohican stupid handbook? At this moment, DeAndre tried to help me calm down with my problem, and first time ever I felt like I could actually fit inside or instead of Matt's outnumbering against me. Sorry, Brayden, but fuck about Mohican not being all on that popularity shit. I woke up the next day feeling his beauty would happen forthcoming, worthwhiling my perfect first wake up upon a humanity sensation. So basically, DeAndre messed with me when I was inside the bathroom taking a number one. Worth noticing, he's the type of boy to mess around in situations like this. So during breakfast, I decided to not sit by Chris's ignorant self, and mainly because I'd rather stay away from himself, putting me into anger mode, just for my sakes and his emotional sakes as well. Nothing happened in those 15 minutes until Miss Hacker came back. Seeing her in the window was like, for some reason, oh, I'm gonna stare at Desmond and others until Miss Madden 1 shows up and lets me take over as today's day shift staff. Letting y'all know something else. In case peers want to exit me out of some shit in high custody or crusty musty terms, I don't give a fucking damn about how Matt's so funny when he was literally a total show-off for real. Here's a fact. I hate show-offers that want to get myself jealous over nothing at all. Pretty much I've been going over to Matt and his copycats, which is Johan, Skylar, and Chris's own fake-ass buddies of his. When John tried to do the same dumb pose as Matt, me trying to do the exact same wasn't even gonna work as usual. Skylar starts saying he can't even do the same and he sucks. Those words pissed my mood off, bringing a thunder to the force as becoming aggressively acted towards broke my gold medal apart from the red and blue striped white winner's necklace I was given after LaVille had it. Although LaVille is gone for good, I was pushed into handling my somewhat broken necklace and handing it to Miss Hacker. You know, while still trying to come back strong, I kinda did get some laughs here and there, except the majority of those jokes being made did not make other peers or staff know it was supposed to be funny. Informal group with Mr. Gooseby today was an awkward one. I still thought we were all gonna get yelled by him, but his voice and change of vocabulary wasn't the same, and instead it was so perfectly understanding, or peacefully in a sense. It was not our same Gooseby, period. So Mr. Gooseby revealed Bentley and getting KFC because his little self thought doing the same shit here was motivating Bentley forward over to the Dragons easier. No, it didn't. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure I'll get KFC in full return after I earn my week tomorrow, but if I don't earn my week by tomorrow's afternoon on Monday, then I'm guessing it's mostly physical aggression and disrespecting staff. Later around 8:30 p.m. at night, I told DeAndre my issues with John and why Matt always makes me jealous and stuff like that. And them two told me that, and yes, let's start from DeAndre speaking first. To be honest, I feel like everybody just laughs at Matt's jokes and nothing else. And then John told me next thing you know that all I do whenever Matt jokes around like that, honestly, I just be laughing along, but yet, again, sometimes I'll be laughing at him actually, which is funny. See, there are gonna be my true friends down the road later on, as I thought it was. And DeAndre even admitted about Desmond that he was not his friend to begin with, so pretty much explains why DeAndre enjoys my company along with John too. DeAndre even mentioned he wanted me as a roommate, true facts detailing in this journal all of the great above. Skylar and everybody else, though, don't want me with them in rooms only because they think I talk a lot, and yes, I'm still working on my own issues, but what's your guys' excuse for that matter? No cap at all. Fuck 70% of these Mustangs. They cannot live any normaler, and I really don't give a rat's ass while taking the biggest shit in the world, or, you know, just playing. I'm just playing. While talking shit was speaking louder than words, just saying. And I know I mentioned I'll reveal more towards my mother's secret agenda, so be ready on point guard. It's nothing too mad over, it's the truth. Chapter 14, Monday. Dun dun dun! Okay, I'm sorry guys, I know I'm playing a lot, but it's cool because, you know, I'm getting into the factual stuff on this next chapter, you know what I'm saying? One of the craziest days I will ever know to Mohican's forever sakes. Bentley has began going back at the Dragons group, but I would like to know how Mr. Gooseby let this boy stay stuck with us for almost something like a week or two ago. I don't think the Mustangs really cared about Bentley's farewell goodbye as much as LaVille's or Braden's, just knowing he's almost like Jade in many ways possible. Bentley for sure is going to have a bad time with Jay's extra bullshit, honestly saying though, but now that I'm forsaking a destiny to hold, great things were bound on a win-win, something not, or something's yes. In the morning, we once again got stuck inside our rooms and didn't even go to school either. What was kind of dumb made me laugh for real. Matt thinks trying to get his way could have solved his learning phase not to get dropped because he later backfired himself. Matt is back to orientation phase, thank Lord. Didn't really think Matt is capable of keeping track of his higher phase expectations anyways. So much for him being a total show-off, and I'm not right? Afternoon was kind of crazier than most afternoons. First thing around dinner time had scared the living daylights out of me. When Johan told me that there was a bee right behind my backside, I jump scared myself while I was shaking aggressively my plate that was full of french fries. A bunch of them fell out of my plastic plate, and Pierce certainly despised such an incident for unnecessary fucking reasons. Let me rephrase my actual first problem with the bee. I didn't like how it was basically staring at me. And because of that nasty insect looking directly at me, I wanted to barf out of nowhere. So I just had lost my appetite in really bizarre mood swings. Still, Pierce always gotta hate something in basic return. Cause everybody that I was tripping, which is absolutely stupid on their end. And I'm still glad I refused eating my burger for reasons I can't imagine people thinking itself gladly. Afterwards, we head on the green fields right next besides the backcourt to play kickball on a nice hot sunny day. I'll be honest with myself, this is the first time I cannot stand hot weather, and I barely know why. While choosing to finally get these playoffs on a roll myself was really a game you'd see from We Are Marshall or Safety and stuff like that, because actually scoring means business. Desmond rolled the dodgeball right at me, potentially failing first glance, but making quicker runs in less than 6 seconds. My first round of almost about, see, and here's the problem, guys, with these talks I be doing with you. I'm not gonna lie, I say so much, I talk so much, it's like people don't want to listen to that. It gives them headaches, and I know. The whole series has been kind of like that, but get used to it, because if you can't, then you're kind of a fucking fag. But don't take offense, so. My first roundabout become a success, except switching back to back was total ass. I'm telling you, I suck dick when it comes down to throwing a ball at certain or all peers trolling through escape after the next. John was goofing around with Skylar, and tagging along at John's pace made more sense in high-functioning exits. Matt's still using fake comedy as a show-off who thinks getting attention cashes bank account money straight through Hogan City, blowing Matt's chances in the cracks of being an easy person to make fun of. And even John said last night that he's really just making fun of Matt personally. I already been knowing this and put these pieces together where I never thought I had a day in my life where Matt's comedy is actually real. Let me put it like this. 80% of Matt's jokes never followed up. Being actual comedian nature, no. Only as 20% was, for obvious understandments. So, I can't really see how a made-up joke is supposed to make you laugh in a healthy manner, honestly. I will confirm that the unknown that's revealed to me is a real comedian. Me, I know. It sounds like I'm bragging for nothing, right? Hell no. You know what? Keep fucking up, guys, I really do. And, it's not like I get any bitches for a living. But, that's what they all say when they talk too much, So. You have to basically make his jokes stand out in unexpected formats, such as real-world issues famous comedians use, like Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell, Eddie Murphy, and many more comedians who's actually getting paid as much as they choose to play their comedic roles in TV shows, movies, and maybe podcasts. Oh, kind of figures like me, right? Because I'm making a podcast right now. I don't know, but what I will say is I use real-world humor numerous of times, because, DeAmbre takes a lot of my jokes as it was his item he owns. Same goes for John too. But you would never see the same for Matt, which is surprisingly sad enough. Aww. Proves my point on why earning a week became a big deal for me. We had many Monday informals where I would barely even get a single first week being handed to me. But knowing I try to cool my anger issues, exactly how I predicted today's Monday would be a win-win for myself and Goosby's job of giving out orders to certain higher phases and even lower ones. Things really were great for me and all, but thinking about how my mother was doing back in California kind of still bugs me left and right. I really shouldn't keep writing inside the journal anymore, yet leaving secrets in the box isn't left to rot out no more. Because I decided revealing what my mother was truly hiding from me all these years about my dad pissed me the fuck off. So much that, and so my story begins. The truth. My dad finally reunited with me at the airport in Redding, California. We decided to rent a hotel, and I believe this took place around 11 o'clock p.m. at night. Now, there was a familiar or a family finder, which she kind of looks familiar to be honest, named Rick Peterson. Rick Peterson, right? Well, he dropped me and Dad off at the hotel in downtown Redding, California, where I thought eating Mod's Pizza could have tasted any better, though me and Dad thought it tasted terrible. So my father ends up revealing a huge plot twist, just like Rick Peterson told me so before Dad came looking for me. My father, or my mother, why did I fucking say that, was hiding in an absolute dark secret. A secret so dark it made myself rethink a lot about even my own mother. What the fuck my father said totally shocked the shitballs out of me. Cause he said words that were starting to make sense. He quoted as stated, "Your mother was doing things on the streets in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, that I had to save her and made sure she stopped doing crack and alcohol and such and such. I ended up trying to calm her down and even let your mother stay in my apartment during those days before you were alive." Sorry for just fucking around like that, guys. I'm still gonna say it like that, though, to be honest. Well, she agreed, and before you knew it, we lived with each other for 8 months, but then I noticed she would be gone certain days, and that's when I noticed she was hanging out with a guy named Chris Kelly. And when I figured out she cheated on me, your mom stole my money and everything in between to at least provide for you, which I didn't get to see your face with till now, after 13 years altogether, which I thought was true, but later in the future, it ended up not being. But see, I didn't realize that when I was making this book, so. Because my mom's actually a great person, to say the least. So that meant Mom kidnapped me and my father was hidden from Point's view all these years. How the fuck could she do to her own son like that? My dad cried with emotions, and I think crying was necessary because I began trying to process all this through. So there you go. Now you guys know why I titled this book Secret Agenda. Just like my mother pieced my father one by one, I put clues in this specific journal for you guys to understand that my life has always been kept secret. Even for a mother who's nothing good, which I wish I shouldn't say because I still love my mom no matter what, and that's kind of fucked up for me to say back then. So, yeah. Although my mom will always be my mom, even if she's never going to tell the truth. No matter what I try to get my mother to tell the truth, whether it's on video calls or call on my telephone, in other ways, face-to-face individually, she's extremely guilty as she could ever be. I hope maybe mom one day will admit why she did what she did, but still, nowadays, mom doesn't call me no more. Sorry if I stuttered. And life's been awful without my own mother to talk to. See, and here's the thing, guys. I'm just going to demonstrate to you about something. The reason why my mom did not call me, I found out later, was mostly because she was kind of like lost her number, I guess, and I didn't know. So honestly, I was kind of a dumbass back then, not knowing. But I shouldn't really call myself that because it's kind of disrespectful on my end. But yeah. And Mom, I know you're watching this and you're probably like, wow, so you're talking about all about that, about your own mother. And I'm sorry. Because I know back then I wasn't the brightest tool in the shed, but I am now. I'm just reading you what I used to write back then. Because it's the truth. So, basically, I will just pray for her to give me a final hug. If she dies, I die. If Dad dies, I die. We're family, and family's really all I got, emotionally enough. Eventually, Mom will realize her son calling out her sins to prove that Nicholas Ryan Bruce is a changed man. Let's be honest. My mom and dad would still be proud of me one day, and having my own kids and a future wife is really all I need. Family is forever. Chapter 15, Tuesday. The final 2 chapters, guys. Let's go. Yeah. Bitch, come on. Oh, I'm just playing. Chapter 15, Tuesday. These will be one of my last chapters in this book you are holding in your hands. Summer vacation is seriously coming back soon, and I really think things would be the same boring shit with us Mustangs, and it's gonna be extremely weird when June hits curve bottom, just bringing it up. You know, I realized something about Mohican's Mustangs. These guys are not really my friends, and most of 80% which lives in this shitty-ass academy are all in groups being a-holes, more than most of them of what I witnessed and learned about them. So yeah, basically that's the truth, guys. Just playing, I'm not Jeffy. Chases a rude awakening attempt for causing people's feelings to be hurt. Chris nitpicks, though he's kind of an emotional person. Matt's a show off. Skylar's barely anything besides a messed up hair joint. Alex is a super hating person. Desmond is obviously petty. DeAndre's a good paced basketball player, though he's always mad at me for some reason. John's something else, but really good at yo-yo, and to be honest, it's because the reason why DeAndre didn't like me that much is because I was mad annoying with all the talking. But who gives a fuck, right? Because I'm not there no more. And for Johan, I'd say he's the sloth of the show. Why is he described like that? Because I noticed him being one, as a matter of fact. Oh yeah, about John's yo-yo, it's pretty interesting to say the least. It was green, by the way. And gold. For those I didn't mention or sort of forget about mentioning, LaVille is strong but a true leader / gangster. Braden was smart, though he knew how Mohican ruled, and was a likable person from Japan. And, you know what, let's just put his name like this. And T is someone I'm still trying to fully figure out. These Mustangs are pure garbage. I'm just playing. Whether Matt yells at me for stupid reasons, or like how in today's kickball that it was Johan's turn to kick and Desmond rolled towards me, even though I'm not ain't gonna do anything when it ain't supposed to be my fucking turn. And the next thing you know, Matt starts yelling in my car. Wait, the car. I lost my damn mind. He yells in my ears, so then I yell back at this lunatic's bitch ass, and peers cannot stick up for my issue idiots on this so-called group want to address. Fuck every last one of these peers, just saying. And hey, at least Alex got his learning phase, so that's a plus. And at last but not least, though I know at this moment I'll quit Mohican's facility any minute by now. Either I don't leave this trash hell sooner than later, or I'll make sure to tear these peers apart in order on letting myself feel the pain, because I hate every last one of Mustang's staff, including some dumbass peers lying, uncaring self. I was so ready to attack Miss Hunter and Desmond, because believe it or not, I want to hurt everybody. I've been hurt before, and I know what it's going to be like. My life is not easy, because nobody in this group ever cared on myself crying, or when my feelings are real. So giving up on my own weak is deserved for greatness. I can't live in this program. I cannot solve issues. Neither can I express how I truly feel. All my true friends in California... No. Can I please take it here, guys? Comment down below. Nah, I don't give a shit. All my true friends and family are in California, and that's all I care about. The Mustangs don't help when people are in emotional situations, so I barely care about anyone in Mohican, and those are my facts. I wish I could go back, though time is just not the comprehension of whatever you call it, because time, you cannot change the past, you know what I'm saying? So basically now I don't want DeAndre's help anymore, and there's my sacrifice. Feeling pain is a strong emotion. Dad's still probably thinking about me every day, and he's gonna get visions of me when I ain't there. Or Jarvis knows my father cries for me as his own son every single day in the bathroom, wishing I would be there. If teleporting was a new technology, I would first teleport from my father and save the best for last, which is to go visit my mom. Nobody understands what I'm going through, even missing Jace Kelly as my brother of Nick, which is me, of course. My mom told me she thinks about her older son, as I'm the special one, of course. And most of my family members miss me, even some friends. I'll later explain towards future book titles upcoming. I wish this was a close chapter about my story, except I have things around to me to tell otherwise. I almost flipped out later today when I only saw the proven point that was a cross. Guess nobody cares Mohican, because I wanted to take it on everyone. I'm so ready to fight back these peers and staff, including a bunch of teachers and treatment directors. And at the extent I'm in, I gotta leave Mohican behind. Dealing with this bullshit every single day is taking my life into pure anger. No one cared about my emotions, so why not fight them back? Fuck school, fuck the Mustangs, fuck dumbass peers, fuck staff, and fuck these system 24/7. When my caseworker named Marty Tucker comes back, I'll make sure I leave these bozos behind and let them keep being assholes as much as they can. Because, you know, it don't really matter. This is my final fuck you to Mohican Youngstar Academy with the middle finger I just drew. Suck this, motherfuckers. To be continued. You know what? Let's not end this and end it on a proper manner. Because we gotta end in a proper manner, my bad. If I said it wrong, it's okay. If I didn't, whatever. I mean, losing my week would be enough to hassle, right? Miss McLeary would want me to do better. Though I'm still gonna make sure she takes out me. Oh, shit, you know? I don't feel so good, you know that? I really don't. I feel like I drank too much. Like, Mountain Dew. Mr. Gooseby, for actual reasons, is gonna get onto me, and I already know what's coming out of a formal group, but like at this moment, I don't care anymore. I'm done crying over nothing. And these people ain't gonna save someone who's sick of peers provoking other peers. Look how Miss Hunter is going over to Chris, yet she doesn't do that for me? Wow, uncaring staff. The only person I truly think is there for me at Mohican was John. John's literally been the calmest besides Brayden himself. John knows whenever to play smooth and he's never wrong about it. Unlike Desmond, who's a self-coward, racist scumbag 100%, I already suppose getting help would be a stepping stone in life, but it's luckily ever gonna happen. I am praying Jesus for help. So seriously bad. So, I hope seeing Dad one day may come closer, but it's Marty Tucker's fault anyways. Sorry playing the blame game, not. My final chapter of this book will focus on today's issue, and mostly on Mr. Gooseby versus Nicholas Ryan Bruce. Enjoy! Final chapter. Chapter 16. Judgment Day. Our day has finally come. Surprisingly though, Miss Mac was gonna take over Mr. Gooseby's position, which meant that things could easily fall apart in this final battle. We all spread chairs around in order, making sure a group leader would definitely be not disappointed in such and such. After doing pre-group, Desmond left Mr. Matt for therapy, so now we got this easy as pie. Matt tried to get me on a whole different level, making myself think about whether he was lying about me or not, stating, Mom, ma'am, whatever, I didn't know what I was going or why. I suddenly got mad, so yeah. Bullshit, Matthew Klein. The fact that Matt just straight up lied was uncalled for. But when I explained why I got mad, Johan the sloth decides sticking up for Matt's show-off results is affirmative because Johan begins staying, though I later figure out some pieces missing from me, so I gotta thank Johan for saving my peace. A lot of the issues mostly later focus on Desmond being an absolute liar in disguise. Peers were admitting how Desmond be arguing with staff and peers, or like how Desmond keeps getting worse each day of the week. Miss Mac told everybody that we should not be talking behind his back while he's with Mr. Matt. I thought I was going to win this final battle between radar risks, but Matt tries pulling one last trick up his sleeve. Matt raised his hand for Miss Mac to hear, and Matt states, Miss Mac, Nick was disrespecting staff during school time. No, bitch, I wasn't. I knew at this very last second Miss Mac was going to pull the sledgehammer on me, so I knew Matt's choice of words defeated mine, and Matt will always be better than me, no matter what I tried. I state physically that, well, yes, I disrespected staff only because certain peers were trying to make me mad, and in disrespecting staff, what do we tell you about that, Nick? Like, what gives you two excuse to do so? Miss Mac states proudly, or powerfully, like power, because I got the power. Then it popped when I explained why. I mean, I played the blame game Miss Hunter, even though it wasn't her fault, ma'am. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm just messing with you in this finale, so. I won and I am safe! Woo! We had to call a group afterwards, but Matt failed badly, so he got sent into his room for disrespecting staff. Take that, Matt. I'll be truly passionate about how I felt for defeating Matt's purpose against mine. In life, we're gonna have people we don't like very much, but letting them be a true villain and showing yourself that it takes courage and strength to admit what you did wrong is a true hero in my book. Maybe Brayden's gone or whatever, but he truly showed me how to easily overcome things in rough landlines like Matt. Brayden was an older brother to me, and personally, I'm thankful for his time when he was still with us before, cause family is forever. The end. Yeah, that's the end, guys. Definitely not fibbing. Okay, I'm fibbing. Post-credit recap. Next page. What I meant to say was post-credit scene, but you know, this is not a movie. This is a podcast and book audio, or audiobook, whatever way you call it. After things began to mesh, I wonder sometimes, what would summer vacation look like, honestly? That's the question I'm still figuring out as time goes by quicker. But in those last 2 years ago, 2021 was crazy in Redding, California. But things I feel addressing in book 2 wouldn't be easier explaining on who's been in my mind for so long. Sorry about that. If I said it twice, it's okay, because, you know, ice, baby, ice, ice. And you know what I was said in chapter 12, right when I was getting into my runaway backstory about someone very special? Well, she and me had an emotional impact for you know what? I should have said hypocrisy, but for emotional or complicated reasons. I think her name was Nina. To be continued. The truth. These events took place in Mohican Youngstar Academy, and me personally writing this ended around 10 o'clock p.m. on May 16, 2023. Even more, my past history, such as my mother and father issues, were based on true events when I was a born baby into a kid growing up later. Sincerely, Nicholas Ryan Bruce. True facts, actually. Because my name is fully Nicholas Ryan Bruce, if you didn't know. So, yeah. See you in Dire Mohican Kid, the next level. Bye.